Welcome to day 5 of the nervous system retuning immersion. Celebrating you for getting here to this final day. I definitely am hopeful that at this point you're a little more friendly and familiar with your own nervous system. What makes you respond or activate where you're at when you're going through your day, things that bring you into a social, safe, engaged, creative space, what brings you to wanting to run away or to fight, what brings you to shutting down, feeling immobilized and disengaged and isolated, and having a deeper, compassionate presence with yourself as you move through these different states from one moment to the next in your day. I am also hoping that the sound, the voice, and your breath, the movements are now starting to kind of take root in your system to signal that you can be from one state and then move into another state, and that you have the capacity and the power to do that. Letting go of the mind and the stories and moving the body, breathing, sounding, using the voice as powerful tools to shift your state and support yourself and come into a more regulated state. I am really in love with this topic I'm introducing today. It's a huge part of the work that I do, and it's integration. So, what this means is taking what you've learned and being able to apply it, and it being part of your system. This knowledge embodied into wisdom is, for me, a really big part of the path. It's one thing to understand something in our mind, it's a whole other thing to have embodied wisdom and to have that as a part of the way that you can move throughout your day and your life. So, today's topic of integration is, how are we going to use what you've learned through the voice, through the body, through understanding the nervous system, and apply that in your day-to-day life? So it's one thing to do this for 5 days. It's kind of like going to the gym and working out for 1 or 2 times. That's going to give you some kind of an experience and a little bit of sore muscles for a day or two. And then that's kind of it. You're not going to see a real muscular change, a body change, if that's all that you do. And the same is true for your nervous system. So, a little bit every single day really goes a long way. So, even one of the practices being completed every day, I am a huge fan also in the integration process. Make it your own. Be creative, be curious, see what works for you, and see really what these states begin to feel like, what brings you there. And we build what's called the threshold of tolerance. So before, perhaps you had no idea you were in the sympathetic response until you were deep, deep in it and already hyper dysregulated, or in really deep freeze and shutdown. So now, maybe before you get to those more extreme experiences, you can say, hey, I know where I'm headed, and I know this tool that will help me. And I will be honest to say that these are just intro tools, and yet also they can go forever and ever and ever in depth if you connect with them and engage with them. This is the integration. This is the building of resiliency that takes time, and it reassures your nervous system. So those past experiences that created alarm and danger in the system become pivoted, and this is the retuning part, to signals of safety for certain things. Obviously, if it's still a danger, your body's going to tell you, but something that maybe used to be a danger but isn't really a danger anymore, is really important that we pivot and tell the body that this signal is now safe and I can function in this with this signal. And again, that threshold will build as you learn to incorporate these and other practices more into your day to day. I am so excited to invite you to deepen this process with me, because a huge part of how we retune ourselves is through that co-regulation piece, through relationality. So whether you do that with me or you bring this to your friends, I celebrate you in that. And I am very passionate about gathering groups of beautiful beings like yourself and putting these tools into practice in real time, playful, improvised situations where there's context, there's safety, there's agreements, and then we play and we develop and we retune ourselves with each other in that co-regulatory space with all of these tools, and then some, really deepening into the science, into the artistry that these can offer us to live life, and not just to get by in life, but to be fully expressive, to allow our authenticity to shine. When we don't feel safe, we will not reveal aspects of ourselves that are truly authentic and expressive and creative because we're just in survival mode, which makes sense. But I really didn't understand this until I went deep down into this journey for myself. And I'm here sharing this with you because I have been, I feel, where many others have been, in this state of deep conditioning, contraction, bracing, survival mode. And it has been the most beautiful, liberating journey to be free from a lot of these old conditioning and patterning that I was brought up with. And we all have it in our society in different ways: the people pleaser, the appeaser, the different aspects and parts of ourselves that we're not here to condemn any of those parts. We're actually here, I feel, to welcome them, to support them, and then to learn how to lead with different aspects of ourselves in different moments when different situations arise. So this is my deep devotion and passion, and I will be sharing that with you in the next video for those that are ready for the next deeper dive into this and to really find your full authentic expression, sharing that with others in a like-hearted container, journey with others in the 3-month absolutely deep dive of this work and then some. Your day 5 practice is to journal what has worked this past few days, in what situations, environments, really beginning to map the nervous system, how it responds in different environments, around different people, different experiences, different parts of the day, and then to see what practices are really supporting you and working for you. Is it the rhythm? Is it the voice? Is it the breath? Is it a combo of all of them? What is it that is really nourishing to your nervous system as you move throughout your day? And this is ideally a playful, curious endeavor that you bring creativity to, and that you bring your full heart and open-mindedness to. That being said, bringing the body in and letting the intelligence of the body guide you, or at least be part of the conversation, as it is going to make a huge, huge difference for you as you move forward. On a closing note, I want to say thank you for taking the time to understand yourself, to understand others by understanding yourself, to get to know yourself, to being open, trying something new. I really hope that you felt supported in this by these practices. I've shared with you things that are my core fundamentals for regulation, concepts, as well as the practices. And as I mentioned before, this is a repetition game. How many times can we go from a state of dysregulation to regulation? What is that time gap? What is the feeling and the sensations that go along with that? Can we shorten that? Can we bring more ease into that, more understanding, more compassion, more love, more presence into the process? This is a process-oriented offering that I have given you. And this is really just the beginning, I hope, for you. If this has spoken to you and had an impact on you, I would love to hear from you. Please reach out. I look forward to our closing conversation to share and to explore what potential ways that you could be supported even more in your journey. We all deserve this, and we are all wired to share in this journey together. So I'm so grateful and celebratory of you taking this time for you, and know that it ripples into every other person that you interact with. And truly, I feel this is how we shift the collective, one nervous system at a time, from coming into our own place of safety. We hold that for everyone around us. That's powerful. It's not our responsibility. And I also think it's a gift that we can give. And especially, we deserve that gift ourselves. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to continuing in this journey together.